We are following breaking news. The deal is done. Twitter has been sold to Elon Musk. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO acquired the social media company for roughly $44 billion. Musk proposed to buy Twitter for just over $54 a share earlier this month, calling his bid his, quote, best and final offer. The company's 11-member board approved that offer today. CBS News tech reporter Dan Patterson joins us now for more on this. Hi, Dan. So following up to our earlier conversation, was this simply a case of the offer being too good to refuse once the financing was clear to the board?
Hey, good to see you, Tanya. So according to some technology analysts, it simply came down to cash and a lack of other suitors to potentially take the company private or buy a majority share. There just wasn't competition in the market relative to what Elon was offering. So it looks as though this deal, at least according to the early analyst reports, we did reach out to Musk and to Twitter for comment as well, but at least according to the early analysts, it looks as though this deal should pass regulators pretty easily as well and close sooner rather than later.
And of course, what does this all mean for Twitter, for the employees? Have they been giving any heads up on how this could change, their workday tomorrow?
Yeah. So, Tanya, the best way I can describe what's going on right now within and probably within a number of layers at Twitter is kind of that shrug emoji. I mean, we have reached out both to our typical sources as well as Twitter's spokespeople, and we haven't heard anything from them. This is pretty atypical. Usually, they respond fairly quickly. They have a statement ready, and this opacity is, like we mentioned earlier in the day, it's if you were to read those tea leaves, you'd say something pretty serious was going on. But the way Twitter employees are going to react, other than the share price going up, who knows right now? Well,
Dan, my line producer Sakina is telling me in my ear that Twitter is going to be holding an all-hands meeting later this afternoon. So maybe those employees will be getting clued in a little bit further as to what all this means for them. Dan, as you know, Elon Musk has been a vocal supporter of what we've been talking about, free speech in hashtag, right? And so is there a concern now that perhaps with him at the helm and him sort of pushing his version of what it means to be a free speech platform, that more disinformation could come back onto Twitter?
Well, we really don't know the particulars of how things might shake out right now. But this free speech thing that Musk has been trotting out recently, it's kind of a red herring. It's good bait, and it's something that he kind of knows everybody is going to argue about because it's fairly, it's relative and means different things to different groups of people. And so it's something that he knows that people are going to chase and get upset about. But it's not really the core of what Musk cares about here. And I think that core is influence. We've seen celebrity presidents and now we see celebrity CEOs. And that's maybe what Musk cares more about now than ever is this role of influence, power, and celebrity.
There are some, journalists on Twitter right now, I'm just reading some that are not happy about this change. Some are saying they're not sure how much longer they're going to stick with Twitter. There's an interesting point to be made here about a billionaire owning and single-handedly having control over such a huge social media platform. And us not having any idea of the direction he really hopes to take it.
Yeah. Look, we don't know the direction he might take it, but he has indicated he would not just make changes to Twitter's functionality, but he would iterate more quickly. He thinks that Twitter has kind of lagged when it comes to making substantive, competitive feature changes. Mm-hmm. So we could also see him, he says he doesn't like advertising, although advertising is a huge percent of Twitter's revenue. He could lean more into features like different types of subscription tiers.
Right. So maybe it's not content changes he's looking to make. Maybe it's just sort of user interface changes. We'll see.
Yeah, it could be more functional than it is philosophical.
Right. All right. Well, Dan Patterson, thank you so much for breaking all of this down for us. Elon Musk, the new owner of Twitter. Thanks for
Great
chatting
to
with
see
us.
you. Good to see you.